ZX8BIT is an anonymous street artist who specialises in pixel art. Their work first started appearing on the streets of Middlesbrough during the 2020 lockdown, and it gave the townspeople something to search for on their daily walks. Adults and children alike have enjoyed spotting their work and photographing it. I recently reached out to ZX8BIT for an interview, to which they kindly agreed to, as long as they remain anonymous. To do so, all the questions and answers were shared via online text chat, but for the purposes of this video, an actor and a computer-generated voice have been used. Why did you decide to start painting around town?
I started painting on my garage walls when I came up with the idea for pixelated/video game spray can art. I realized I'd never seen this done before, and had a desire to see how it would look. I practiced for months in my garage and then decided to take it to the streets, and since I live in Middlesbrough, why start anywhere else? I also liked that this forced people to see a piece of art of my own creation, and be forced to have an opinion on it.
How do you decide what to do next?
Okay, so I'm forever looking for suitable walls, as I have an increasing number of potential pieces/projects in mind. I catalog these walls in my head, and then while I'm looking through images of video games/cartoon characters etc. that I've wanted to spray for a while, a wall and an image usually comes together in my mind, and I set about planning how best to execute the job. For example, for our PC, I wanted a distressed-looking wall and surroundings to suit the post-apocalyptic theme from WALL-E, so then I get to thinking, I think I remember a wall in this area that might be suitable. And that's generally how it happens.
How did you feel when someone started tagging your work?
I guess I was confused at first and naturally a little pissed off. A few people targeted our work in the beginning, and it was really dispiriting, but I came to learn that we hadn't followed certain rules in the graffiti world, and had put ourselves in the firing line for this kind of thing to happen. I apologized for our ignorance and naivety to some of the graffiti artists and writers who'd been involved, and they were really reasonable about it. Thankfully, we don't tend to get targeted too often anymore.
Who or what inspires you?
For me, it's always felt important to leave my mark on the world, and with our street art I'm literally doing that. I've always been creative, and I think there's a lot of inspiring stuff in the world. I love all graffiti as well as all other mediums of art. Music, movies, pop culture etc., it all inspires me. That said, it's my wife and kids that inspire me mostly. My wife is the most amazing person I've ever met, and I long for her hard-earned recognition and praise, but really everything I do is to make my kids proud, and to leave some kind of legacy behind for them to remember me by.
Are you worried about prosecution for graffiti?
The short answer is no. I don't worry about stuff like this because I won't let anything stop me from doing what I want to do. Also, I don't respect the authorities. I live by my own rules, and what will be will be.
Which is your favourite piece to date?
This changes often. I really quite like Mew at the moment. Looks really cute and was very tricky to do, so I'm kind of proud of it. It also took to its surroundings really nicely, what with the pink flowers in the foreground etc. It makes for a nice photograph.
You've done some work outside of Middlesbrough. What's your end goal?
Yeah, I have a few bits outside of Middlesbrough, but as for an end goal, I don't really know. I just take each next step and see where it leads me.
Any final thoughts for budding street artists?
I never like to give advice on anything really, since I never really feel like I'm in a position to do so. I just figured my shit out for myself and went and did it, and I guess that's the key. If you want to do something, street art or otherwise, just go do it, and don't give a fuck what anyone thinks.